This story requires me to get a little vulnerable because it does include some aspects of my life dealing with our son in baseball, one of our sons in baseball. And it also is a story about recovery, resiliency, and how we dealt with doctors' input when it came to an injury. If you find this story helpful, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel. I really appreciate it. When my kid was 12 years old, he wanted nothing more to be an elite pitcher, a big league pitcher. Well, his arm kept or his shoulder kept popping out of socket. We didn't know why, it scared us. So we made an appointment with an orthopedic sports medicine doctor. Now, before he went to the doctor, I made him check out this book. Now, we homeschool, so we actually have this book laying around, but there's a section of this book that teaches about the shoulder. So I made him learn all parts of his shoulder, front and back, so he would know what this doctor was talking about when he began to talk about his shoulder and what was wrong with the shoulder, why it was popping out so much. We go to this doctor and he gave us some bad news. He actually told my son, my 12-year-old kid, that he would never be a pitcher because he was hypermobile, and he has seen this throughout his career. He would never be a pitcher and he would never be a swimmer. And that crushed my son because all he wanted to do was be a pitcher. Now, although it crushed my son, the short story is it also lit a fire under his butt to heal his shoulder. So the doctor prescribed physical therapy. And I think one of the reasons why my son took that physical therapy so seriously is because he knew the entire anatomy of the shoulder. So anytime a doctor or physical therapist would say something about those parts of the shoulder, he knew exactly what it did, and he knew what he needed to do to strengthen those parts of the shoulder. And it was all because I made him memorize the parts of the shoulder. The physical therapy doctor could talk and use terms that my son would understand during that therapy. My son took it very seriously, and when he got home, he would also do his own band work. So every day he was doing band work. So the next season, he had strengthened his arm so much he was able to be the closing pitcher. So he was a closer for that season. I shared this story for two reasons. One, we all trust doctors because they go to school for a long time and they deal with things that most of us don't understand, like me. I am not a medical professional. I don't claim to be. I don't promise to be. I am not a medical professional. However, when that medical professional, when that doctor who was supposed to be the expert in baseball shoulders told my kid that he would never be a pitcher and he crushed him, and I watched my kid cry, it hurt me. Not only me, there's nothing I can do at that moment as a dad to console my son because this doctor just crushed his dreams as a 12-year-old. So one, I didn't really like the way that that doctor communicated that, hey, my son will never be a pitcher. But two, had that doctor had never crushed my son like that, it would have never lit a fire under his butt to go to physical therapy and take it seriously and then hit his bands every day to strengthen that shoulder. Ever since my kid went to physical therapy and he started working his bands every day, his shoulder has never popped out again. And as I said, he closed that season. So he wasn't throwing a lot, but he was throwing hard the times that he threw because he was a closer. He was usually coming in at the end of a game or those later innings, but he was throwing hard. He was a taller kid on the team. He was a bigger kid. So he was throwing hard when he threw. And I share that story to tell you that even though a doctor may tell you something and get your, deflate you at the time, let it be a lesson. Let it light a fire either under your butt or your kid's butt to actually make a change. So hopefully this helps. And look, if you want to know exactly what my kid did, those band exercises he did to strengthen his shoulder, just comment the word band down below and we'll make another video and show you exactly what he did, the exercises he did to actually strengthen that shoulder. Hope this helps.